All right, all right, all right. Shalawam, shalawam, shalawam. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH, QADASH, Yahawah, which is one true name in heavenly, equally calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahawashi. I like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Greatmillstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to those leg. Shalom to you, sincere brothers, scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach RACHAA from the servants of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as the remnant, all right, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, all right, because only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be saved. Not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved. Not everybody's going to be saved, all right, and we're going to go into the scriptures through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. So the first precept I'm going to start into is Matthew 24, and we're going to read verse 31. All right. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. This is Matthew 24:31. It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, right? It says, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds. It says, from one end of heaven even to the other. And this is talking about the elect, all right? Because the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel are scattered abroad, all right? So the Lord, when you read in Revelations 7 and 9, that great multitude, all right, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, consists of the 12 tribes. They're going to be saved, all right, because the Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right. And Yahawashi, he's going to come back and he's going to deliver the 12. He's going to deliver the elect of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel that are scattered abroad, all right, from the four winds. That's what that's talking about, from the four corners of the earth. Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth, from one end to like it, from one end of heaven to the other, right? So from one end of the earth to the other, all right. The elect is going to be delivered, all right. The 144,000, which consists of the all Israelite men, but you also got the elect under that, all right. The elect under that as well, that's going to be saved, all right. So this is something that we're hoping for. We're hoping to be that elect, all right. I got a precept. This is Isaiah 10 and 22. It's Isaiah 10 and 22. It says, for though my people Israel, right? It says, for though my people Israel, it says be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. So right, not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved. Only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be saved, which we are hoping to be. Lord willing, we are that number. So like if we're doing the works, we're doing the will of Yahawah Shai. We're laboring. All right, we do 3 videos every day, and we setting up camp once a week. All right, we're doing the works, we're doing the will of Yahawah Shai. We're doing the will of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. It says, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Right? Because not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved. All right, only the elect. It says, consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness, right? Because the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered, all right? And that's why we're laboring in this thing. We're working out our own salvation, and we're holding on to our crowns, all right? We're holding on to those crowns. Because Yahawah Shai, he's going to give us our crown if we, make it to the end, Lord willing, if we are the elect. Because that's what we're striving for. That's going to be a beautiful day, all right? It's going to be a beautiful moment, a beautiful time, a beautiful day. All right, that day is going to be the most beautifulest time of all. All right, Lord willing, we are that number, man. This is Romans 9 and 27. This is Romans 9 and 27. It says, Esaias, which is Elijah, all right, also cried concerning Israel, all right. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. A remnant is very, very, very small. That's not a lot. All right. That's not a lot. All right. The scriptures say, and let me get a precept. That's not a lot. That's a very small few. I'm gonna go back to that precept in a minute, but I want to get out that Zechariah really quick. It's locking. Get out that Zechariah really quick. This is Zechariah 13 and 8. All right. It's Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die." And the two parts is talking about who? All right. The two parts is talking about the 2/3. All right. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, 2/3 of the nation of Israel have to be put to death. All right. But the 1/3, which is the elect, which we're hoping to be, are going to be delivered. But 2/3 of our people have to be put to death, according to prophecy. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right, that third is talking about the elect. All right, they're going to be saved, they're going to be delivered. All right, but 2/3 of our people, that's a lot of Israelites that have to be put to death according to prophecy. They have to be destroyed. All right, that's a lot of people. All right, so when you go to Romans 9 and 27, so like you go to Romans 9 and 27, that's why it says only a remnant shall be saved. That's a very small few. All right. When that remnant is saved, they have to bring back the 2/3. 2/3 is going to be brought back in the kingdom. All right. And they're going to be brought back through the elect. All right, because the elect is going to have to bring back the 2/3 that were destroyed on this side. All right. This is Romans 9:27. It says, "Elias also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved." So there you go, a remnant shall be saved. Not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved. All right, only a remnant is going to be saved. You know, and Lord willing, again, we are that number, man. You know, Lord willing, we are that number. All right, because that's something that we are fighting for every day, is to be that elect, man. And this is Ephesians 1 and 4. It says, "According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world." Right? The Lord chosen us. All right. The Lord called us into this thing. All right. But we're fighting to be the chosen. The Lord chose us to come into this truth. All right. He didn't choose, the Lord chose us. We didn't choose the Lord. All right. And that's one thing Jake got to understand. When you come into this truth, it's a blessing. It says Ephesians 1 and 4, "According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world," it says that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Right? Because YAHAWASHI, he called us into this truth. He already preordained for us to come into the truth. He already knew we were going to come into the truth before we even knew. All right? And that's why we're laboring in this thing, because we're trying to make it to that bitter end to receive that reward. That reward is going to be given to the elect. All right? Which is to be, you know, delivered, you know, be changed, man. You know, receiving the kingdom. You know, being beamed up, delivered out of here, man. This is 2 Timothy. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 10. It says, "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake." And that's what we're doing. We're enduring. We're the hopeful elect, but we're enduring through all of this to make it to that bitter end to receive that salvation. If Lord willing, we're that number, man. It says, "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain salvation, which is in YAHAWASHI with eternal glory." Right. And that's why we're enduring through this. We're enduring through these afflictions and torments in this flesh, persecution. We're enduring through all these things. Why? Because at the end, like we have been saying, it's going to be beautiful, because if we endure to this and make it to the end, we're going to be delivered. We're going to be saved out of here. So we're laboring, we're doing the works. All right, we're earning our spiritual riches to earn our place in the kingdom of heaven, to be the elect. Lord willing, we are those men. Read that again. 2 Timothy 2 and 10. "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain salvation, which is in YAHAWASHI with eternal glory." And that's what we're hoping to be, is the elect, man. You know, we're enduring through these hardships, these afflictions, these torments, these things that we're going through here. Hey, it's all worth it at the end of the day, because what's going to be given to us at the end of the day is our true reparations, which is being the elect, being changed, being out of these mortal, corrupt bodies, man, giving immortality bodies, man. We're going to be able to keep the laws perfectly. All right, we're going to have our own establishment of the kingdom, of establishment of YAHAWASHI. All right, so that's going to be a beautiful time. All right, and that's where we're enduring through this. Let me get this again. This is 2 Timothy 2:10. It says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, right? That they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahawashi Mashiach with eternal glory. So there you go. We're enduring through these afflictions, these torments on this end. But what's on the other side is going to be beautiful because it's going to be given to us, Lord willing, if we are that number. All right. So we're sacrificing our time being parent. If you're a parent, we're sacrificing our time being a parent. We're sacrificing our time, you know, dealing with these afflictions and torments and strikes. We're dealing with all of these things right now in the hardships. But at the end, we're going to receive our reward, our reparations, which is to be the elect. And shalawam, QADASH, the brother Lapad Napash. Shalawam, brother. Shalawam. And I got another precept, man. This is 2 Peter 1:10. And I want to get this out too. All right. Because this is the whole point why we are enduring these things, man. This is 2 Peter. All right, 2 Peter 1:10. This is the whole point of why we're you know, doing these labors, man. 2 Peter 1:10. All right. This is First Peter. This is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Right. Make diligence to make your calling and election sure. And this is what I've been saying years ago. Brothers, elders, apostles, Greatmillstone been saying years ago. All right. You, regardless if you're in a camp or not, whether you're in a camp, you know, or you on your own, once you get this truth, you have to go out and teach, and you have to do lessons, man. All right, you guys, you're supposed to do 3 videos every day. Not all of us is going to be able to do 3 videos every day. We at least get 1 in every day, 2 in every day. You know, if you can get 3 in every day, hey, that's a blessing, you know. But you are supposed to be laboring. You are to be diligent in this thing, all right? Because what you're doing is, you're earning your spiritual riches, Lord willing, to be the elect, to receive that salvation. Because if you just come into this truth and you just think because you're under brothers, you're not covered. You're not saved. All right. Once you learn this truth, you have to teach what the Lord has gave you, your gift that He has given you. You have to use that gift to receive that salvation. All right. You can't just get this truth and then not do nothing with it, because now everything that you have learned is all a waste of time. Because now the Lord, if you ain't using your gift, He can take it from you and He can give it to someone else. And it has happened to a lot of individuals. You know, that's why, you know, you want to make your calling and election sure with diligence. Because to be the elect, and this is the thing, so like I tell brothers in the camp all the time, this is the thing. You want to talk about the kingdom, you want to talk about the women, you want to talk about paradise, you want to talk about how beautiful the kingdom is going to be, you want to talk about how beautiful it's going to be to fly the chariots and how to use spiritual powers. You got to put works in to get all that. You can't just talk about it. You got to put the works in to get that. Otherwise than that, everything you're talking about is just in void. So you want to be doing the works. You want to be doing the works. And this is the whole point of why we're doing the works. This is the point on why we are teaching. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. See, your calling. So regardless if you're in a camp or not, you can be in Greatmillstone or not. You know, regardless, because just like the elders say, just because you're in GMS, that don't mean that you're the elect. And just because you're in service to Yahawah YAHAWASHI camp, that doesn't mean that you're the elect. Because you still individually gotta work out your own salvation. You gotta make your calling and election sure. You gotta be diligent. All right. And it's not up to you if you're gonna be diligent or not either. You know, it's all of the will of the Lord if He's gonna put that fire on you to keep you laboring. Because the Lord is not putting a fire on everybody. That's why so many jakes, they come into this thing and they just use this thing for entertainment, or they just come into this thing just to be under brothers and just to talk and fellowship. That's cool. But the main thing is the truth. That's what it's about. It's about you being delivered, you being the elect, trying to be the elect, wanting to receive that salvation. You know, it's cool we fellowship, it's cool we talk, it's cool and all that, but you still got to do your own works. So like it for the remnant. 2 Peter 1:10, and then we'll go to the precepts. So like it. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Right. So you want to make your calling and election sure when you're in this truth. You want to be diligent. You want to be constantly doing as much videos as you can. Again, not all of us is going to be able to do 3 videos every day. I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. I'm working 88 hours this week. I'm working 6 days. The only day I'm getting off this week is Saturday. All right. That's the only day I'm getting off this week and next week. Because an individual has some problems that he's dealing with. So now I got to work 6 days a week. So I'm working 6 days a week and I'm still making time right now. I'm doing a lesson. I got to leave in the next 45 minutes to head to the plantation. I'm doing a lesson right now. All right. I'm doing a live lesson right now. So I'm making time in between that. And I work 88 hours. That's 6 days a week. Only day I get off is Saturday. I got to work Sunday all the way to Friday. Only day I get off is Saturday. So I'm still making fitting time for my own works that I'm laboring for. You see that? So you want to make your calling and election sure. All right. This is Isaiah 45 and 4. We're going to get that real quick too. It's Isaiah 45 and verse 4. The Salakia for the rambling brothers. It says, for Jacob my servant's sake and Israel mine elect. See, let's read that again. For Jacob my servant's sake and Israel my elect have I even called thee by thy name. It says, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Right, because not every single Hebrew Israelite is in the truth. You got Jakes that's claiming to be in the truth. All right. You got Jakes that's claiming to be in the truth, but the Lord has them for a particular lie. All right. Like again, you got false prophets set up and you got true prophets set up. Now the false prophets is set up to deceive the 2/3, but the true prophets is set up for the elect. That's how the Lord works. He's in perfect balance. Read that again, verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, Israel's mine elect. See, it says, I have even called thee by thy name. It says, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Right, because not everybody know the Lord. You know, everybody, oh yeah, Jake's that's in all these different doctrines. But the elect has the understanding. All right, and the Lord, he's going to save the elect. That's what I said. Not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved. And that's the thing that a lot of Jakes got to understand. Not every single Hebrew Israelite is going to be saved, man. All right. This is the wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. It says that they put their trust in him. See, it says they that put their trust in him, all right, shall understand the truth. And who understands the truth right now? The men of the Lord, the hopeful elect. But Lord willing, if we make it to that bitter end, we're going to be the elect. That's how you know the Lord is dealing with you. You're going to have the understanding, right? Verse 9. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints. And who are the saints? The Israelites. Lord ain't dealing with everybody. Lord ain't dealing with every single person of the world. He's only dealing with the Israelites. All right. And again, he's not dealing with all Israel either. He's only dealing with particular men. And those men are the elders and apostles of Greatmillstone. He's not dealing with everybody. Every single Hebrew Israelite group doesn't have the truth. You got Israelite groups that sold out under the 501c3 charter. But the Lord speaks through his true men, his true prophets. And his true prophets are who? The men that are hated. All right. YAHAWASHI even said, Mark 13:13. Let me get that Mark 13:13 out real quick, and we'll go back to that too. That's the street, man. Let's get that Mark 13:13 out real quick. This is how we know that the Lord have men set up. All right. This is how we know the Lord has men set up. He has prophets set up, man. All right. Get that Mark 13:13 now. This is Mark chapter 13 and verse 13. All right. It says, and this is what YAHAWASHI said. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Who are hated? Who are the men hated for the Lord's name's sake? The elders and apostles of Greatmillstone, on down to the sincere brothers like ourselves. Everybody in this world don't like us. Everybody in this world don't love us. They hate us here. And guess what? We don't give a fuck about any of that, because we doing this for the Lord's name's sake, man. All right. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And that's the thing. We're enduring and trying to endure to the end. Even though we're dealing with people who hate us, you know, speaking for the elders and apostles of Greatmillstone first and foremost, everybody don't like them. Everybody hates GMS. All right. When I say everybody, I'm talking about 2/3 of our people. They're against Greatmillstone and they're against us because we telling it like it is. We bringing out the truth, but we don't care because we working out our own salvation to be delivered. We know this place is going to be destroyed, man. We know that we know the end of Esau's rulership. We know that this is the end of Esau's rulership, man. All right. So we know that this place is going to be, sorry, we know that this place is going to be destroyed, man. All right? We know this place is going to be destroyed. So we don't lay up our treasures on this earth. We lay up our treasures for the kingdom. The scriptures say in Matthew 6:19 to verse 21. And the beloved brother got a precept. This is the brother servants of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI camp, Labad Napash, shalawam, beloved, servants of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI camp of Texas. This is Romans 9:6. It says, not as though the word of Yahweh Shemashai have taken none effect, for they that, it says, for they are not Israel, which are of Israel. That's beautiful, exactly. Because you got Israelites that have a Gentile state of mind. All right, you got Israelites of the flesh that have a Gentile state of mind. They ain't came out of the ways of society. They ain't repented. So you got Israelites that of the flesh, they're not in the truth. They're not in the heritage. So they're cast out as what? Heathens. They're cast out as Gentiles. They have a Gentile state of mind. They're westernized. They haven't came out of the ways of society. That's a beautiful precept. Read that again. This is Romans 9:6. It says, not as though the word of Yahweh Shemashai have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Right. Just because you see a guy with what is it, how can I put it as, with decent or outstanding garments on, their garments is super nice. Just because a Jake has the dopest garments on, the way to put it, that doesn't mean that they are the men of the Lord. All right, because the scriptures even say you got men in sheep's clothing, you got wolves in sheep's clothing, man. All right, so you can just look at their garments. Oh, they got nice garments on. Their garments is this, is sprinkled, it's all good. I don't mean that he's a man of the Lord though. He could be a false prophet, which a lot of these guys are. They're false prophets. You look at IUIC, they got all these fashion model type garments on, and it ain't all about that. It's about working out your own salvation. But see, those are false prophets. Those are not men of the Lord. All right, you know, the true men of the Lord are the elders, apostles, Greatmillstone. Let's read that again. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:9, a beautiful precept, brother. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, right? Put their trust in who? In him. Who's him? YAHAWASHI. That's who we put our trust in, YAHAWASHI. Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints who are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who consist of the 12 tribes, all right, of the nation of Israel. And he have care for his elect. He has care for his elect. Yahweh Shemashai has care for his elect, man. Lord is dealing with his elect. And we're hoping to be that elect. All right. We're striving in this thing. We're working out our own salvation. All right. We're trying to, you know, trying to make it to that bitter end to be saved. Because we know that this place called America, this place is going to be destroyed. Why would you try to lay up treasures upon this earth? All right. The scriptures even say those that lay up their treasures upon the earth, which is what's that? It says not or rust. All right. Which men can steal. So why would you lay up treasures here? We laying up treasures for heaven, man, so we can receive the kingdom, so we can get out of here. You know, this is John 15:16. It's John 15:16. All right, and this is what Yahawashi said. It says, "Ye have not chosen me." See, we haven't chosen Yahweh Shemashai. We haven't chosen Yahweh Shemashai, right? It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." Yahweh Shemashai chosen you. We didn't call the Lord. We didn't call the Lord in this, man. The Lord called us into this. The Lord chosen us into this thing. All right, we didn't choose the Lord, and that's a blessing to be called into the truth. But you want to be the chosen though. That's where the battle is with us. All right, we're called into this truth. All right, but you got to be the chosen to be the elect, which we're hoping to be, and that's something that you should be fighting for individually. I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. This is John 15:16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you." Because the Lord ordained us from the beginning. And I'll use myself as an example. Before I came into this truth, I didn't know I was going to be, you know, teaching the word, you know, out there in the street corners. I thought I was going to be a track runner. You know, I even got a chance to make it to the Olympics in 2015. I know I had a college, I had a scholarship, college, I had a associate's degree. I thought I was going to be a physical therapist, running track and field, doing martial arts. You know, my mind was never, I never knew that my mind was, you know, I never knew that I was going to be a prophet. I never knew I was going to be out teaching. I never knew that. But the Lord set it up that way. The Lord ordained it that way. I'm just using myself as an example. Verse 16, it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit. All right. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing forth fruit through what? Through these scriptures, man. All right. Bringing forth righteous fruit, man. Through these scriptures, teaching the correct doctrine, the sound doctrine, right? It says that your fruit should remain because you're laboring. You're doing the works. All right. That fruit is that labor, man. We're laboring. All right. We're what? We're making our calling election sure with diligence. We're putting in the work of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. All right. So that's what that fruit is. All right. And we're what? We're waking up more Israelites. Like I think that's Joel 3:9. All right. For the mighty men shall wake. So you should wake up the mighty men. The more prophecies we're bringing out. All right, the more these Israelite men are coming, waking up to the truth, the mighty men, right? And I think that's Joel 3:9, if I'm not mistaken, or Joel 3:19. One of those two, Barak Salaki. But it says it says that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he shall give it to you, right? Through YAHAWASHI, man. That's why we gotta praise YAHAWASHI, we gotta worship YAHAWASHI, because YAHAWASHI is gonna be the one to come back to deliver us out of this place, man. YAHAWASHI is gonna be the one to come back to deliver us out of this place. Because ain't no man gonna be able to deliver us, man. No man is gonna deliver us. No man in this mortal body is gonna deliver us. YAHAWASHI is gonna deliver us. And he's our reparations. He's the one that's coming back to save the elect, which we're hoping to be. No other person is going to be able to save us, man, but Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Yahawashi is coming back, and he's going to save us. All right? But you got to have the faith, and you got to be fully persuaded in your mind to know that. You got, brother, got a precept. I'm going to get in a minute. Barak Salaki, y'all. It's the water for the precepts, man. It's in 2nd Esdras 8 and verse 1. This is 2nd Esdras 8 and 1. All right. And it says, and he answered me, saying, it says, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And that's talking about the elect, because that's a remnant. Not every single Hebrew Israelite. See, let's read this again. This is 2nd Esdras 8 and 1. It says, and he said, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many. So this world that we're in right now, he made it for many. There's 18 nations, but the Lord is only dealing with one specific nation out of the 18, right? And that's the Israelites. But the rest of these 17 heathen nations, the Lord just has them for a particular purpose to fulfill prophecy. That's it. All right. He ain't dealing with, the Lord ain't dealing with everybody. That's why the scriptures say, in this world, he made it for many. But the world to come is for few. And what's that world to come? The kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is going to be for a few, not everybody, only the Israelites. All right. And we're going to be in rulership in that time. Lord willing to be the elect. The elect is going to be a rulership established under the government of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi, which goes to John 3:16. Because that word world goes into the Greek word of cosmos, all right, which means constitution or government pertaining to the Israelites. All right. And everything is going to be in perfect order, righteous order, man. All right. Righteous order. All right. Let's read that again. 2nd Esdras 8 and 1, it says that he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many. This world that we're living in right now is made for many. All right. But the world to come is few. The world to come is talking about what? The kingdom. All right. Only the elect is going to be delivered. Only the elect is going to receive the kingdom. Not every single Hebrew Israelite. Now, don't get me wrong. 2/3 that die here on this end that's going to be destroyed, they're going to be brought back in the kingdom through the elect men. All right. Because the elect men are going to have to bring back those 2/3. So those 2/3 that got destroyed on this end, they're going to be brought back through the seed of the elect men in the kingdom of heaven. That's how it's going to be set up. That's how the Lord has it set up. And Lord willing, we are that number, man. All right. I got another precept. And I'll read off the common board with the water. This is Matthew 19 and 28. This is Matthew 19 and 28. And this is what Yahawashi said. This is Matthew 19 and 28. And Yahawashi said unto them, and this is what he said unto Peter and to the disciples. And it says Matthew 19 and 28. And Yahawashi said unto them, verily, which means truly, I say unto you that ye which have followed me, and who followed Yahawashi? The 12 apostles, the 12 disciples, 12 apostles, man. It says in the regeneration, and that regeneration goes into that reincarnation. All right. It says, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, and ye shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. The elect of the nation, the elect men, the 144,000 men, the 144,000 of the elect is going to be men. But you're going to also have the elect of the nation of Israel, the people that sustained in this truth. So you're going to have the elect, because the elect, the 144,000 is all the elect men. But you got the elect also under that, all right, which is women, men, and children, women, you know, we're going to have the elect and the women that have, the women that are in this truth, because you got women that's in the truth, their husbands ain't in the truth. But there's a thing called household salvation, all right? So if a woman has a man that's in the truth and she's under that man, she's going to be saved. If she's an Israelite woman, she's going to be saved through her husband, all right? So you're going to have the elect men, and you're going to also have the elect of women and children that's going to be delivered. There's a thing called household salvation. With Cornelius, it was a household salvation, man. All right? Because I don't want to just say the elect men is the only one that's going to be delivered, because that's not true. All right? You also have the elect, the 144,000, the elect men, but you also have the women and children that's going to be saved through their husbands. All right? And you also going to have those women that are in the truth. They're going to be saved, because I believe it's 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, where it says if a woman has a man and he's not in the truth, just probably paraphrase, don't say it like that, but if he's not in the truth, but he's just pleased to dwell with a woman, he can be saved. And if the man has a woman that does not believe, but she's pleased to dwell with that man, she's going to be saved. There's a thing called household salvation, and that's in the scriptures too. But going into this again, this is what YAHAWASHI said, verse 28. It says, and YAHAWASHI said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of glory, ye shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the elect men, which we are hoping to be, Lord willing, man. All right? Lord willing. Lord willing, man. And that's what it's all about. That's why we're laboring. That's why we're working. That's why we're working out our salvation. When I say working out our own salvations, man. Earning our spiritual riches, man. Because we know that this is coming. This is going to be the most blessful thing to ever receive, man. Better than a damn, you think a video game is something, a brand new car or something. That ain't shit, man. We're going to have something way better than that, man. We're going to have perfect bodies. These bodies that we're in right now, they get sick, they break down. Yeah, back problems, knee problems. I'm already in my 30s, and I got Achilles problems. My Achilles tendons is fucking hurting. My damn knees be hurting. The arches in my foot be hurting. I have kyphosis in my back. My back be hurting. But hey, Lord willing, if Lord we're changed out of these bodies, we ain't gonna be hurting and being sick and fainting and all this other madness stuff, man. We ain't gonna have to deal with pain or none of that, man. This is Jeremiah 1:5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, see? So before we were formed in the belly, right? It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So the Lord knew us before we were even formed in the belly. It says, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So the Lord set this up from the beginning. I didn't, like, again, the brother Lapad and Napash, you didn't know you was going to be a prophet. I didn't know I was going to be a prophet. The brothers in our camp, they didn't know that there was going to be prophets. The elders and apostles, Greatmillstone, they didn't know there was going to be prophets. The Lord ordained it and set it up that way. All right, the Lord ordained it and set it up that way. Now, Lord willing, if we hold on to this truth, holding on to our crowns to that very end. Because if the Lord allows that and ordains that, Lord willing, we could be the elect. And that's what it's all about. We're fighting in this spiritual war. Yeah, there's a physical one, but we're fighting in our own spiritual warfare of torment to receive that salvation to get out of here. Because this is the year of turn up. That's why Satan is fucking with all of us individually so much on a high level. We're being attacked mentally, spiritually, physically. We're going through a lot, but it's all worth it at the end of the day because we're going to be rewarded double like Job. Job was rewarded double, right? And the brother got a beautiful precept too. It's Isaiah 36:6. It says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, right? It says on Egypt. Egypt is this place called America. Our people is embedded in the ways of this society, right? And that's Yah because Isaiah 31 through verse 4 talks into that. Our people trust in the shadow of Egypt. Our people are Westernized. They trust in Pharaoh, who is Biden. They trust in this place called America. But that's going to be their shame and their downfall in these last days. right? It says, whereof if a man lean, it says it will go onto his hand and pierce it. It says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? To all that trust in him. And that's the problem. Our people trust in Pharaoh. They trust in Biden. They trust in America. All right. They believe in American dream. And that American dream ain't gonna be able to save you, man. All right. That's not gonna save you. Money can't save you, man. You can't buy your way into the kingdom. You gotta earn these spiritual riches teaching, man. If you're an Israelite, man, you gotta earn your riches to receive the kingdom teaching. We have to teach unto death. All right, we got to teach on to death in this thing, because that's what it's about. Like Elder Apostle Tar said, man, the moment you come into the truth, you got to teach to death. You got to teach all the way to you damn near on your way out, man. In this flesh, however long the Lord ordains for you to be here, you have to teach and do the works. That's the only way you're going to be saved, man. Because not every single Israelite is going to be saved. It's like, how can I put it? I don't know if brothers ever been to college, but in high school, let's say you trying to run track. It's easy to get on the track team. It's easy to get on the basketball team. It's easy to get on the football team. When you go to college, you got to fucking fight for a spot that somebody else already been in there for about 3-4 years. You coming in there at 19 and you playing basketball against dudes that's in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. You 19 years old and you up there playing basketball for a spot that are grown. These dudes grown men. These dudes grown fucking men. You coming into college as 17, 18, and these fucking dudes that's already on a team is already in their fucking late 20s, early 30s. And you playing basketball with 30-year-old men, grown fucking men, bro. I use myself as an example. On a track team, for the 100, 200, the 100, 200, the 4x4, and the 400, I had to fight for a spot in college. I had to fight my own spot just to get a spot on the team. And I'm just using that as a metaphor as to this truth. You got to fight for your spot. But this is not fighting for your spot ain't to switch out an individual like how they do it on teams, but you got to fight for your own spot to receive the kingdom. To be the elect, you got to fight for your own spot to earn a spot in the kingdom, which we are hoping to be. That's why we're laboring in this thing. That's why we're remaining diligent in this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's a spiritual warfare. It's a battle between yourself. Because either you're going to fall out in the world or you're going to sustain and make it to the end. And that's what we're all trying to do in this thing. You should be doing that. All right. The water, brother. I'm gonna read your precept in a minute. I just gotta hurry up and get all the precepts I can get done. It's almost time for me to go to plantation. This is Jeremiah 1 and 5. All right. Jeremiah 1 and 5. Read that again. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. It says, and before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. We didn't know we was going to be a prophet. I never knew I was going to be a prophet, man. I thought I was going to run track, do martial arts, be married, have a kid, and live my life happy, going on cruises and chilling the rest of my life. I never knew that I had a purpose to actually be on earth. All right. Now, when you come into the truth and you seek the Lord, which the Lord speaks to his prophets, that's the only way you can see them. They give you the understanding through the Spirit. Now you've woken up into the truth. Now you see reality. Because you don't see reality when you're in the world. You don't see reality yet until the Lord gives you that seeing of reality. And that's through his prophets. You realize, okay, I have a different purpose. It's not about being successful in this fucking world. It's about the Lord. So I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, I'm dealing with torment. Lord is sharpening me up. Lord is building me up. So now you're a prophet. Now that you're a prophet, now the Lord got to put all these afflictions and torments on you to help you to grow stronger from when the time comes, you can be able to handle the situation and to be an individual that's comfortable and warm your whole life here. And then when things fall apart and Jacob trouble, you can't fucking handle it. You can't deal with it. Because that's what it's going to come to. All these jakes out here that's sold out, that's doing drugs, that's selling crack, that's making money, that's having thousands of trillions of dollars in their account. When this fucking kingdom falls apart, Jake is not going to be able to handle it because they never went through nothing in their life. They never dealt with struggle and not having nothing. And that's why I said it's a blessing to struggle and have it hard right now, because when Jacob trouble come, you already going to be used to it. But a person that lived their life lavish, their whole motherfucking life, having everything, when Jacob trouble come and this place falls apart, they're not going to be able to handle it. They ain't going to know how to deal with it because they've never been in a situation where they're struggling in their life. That's why it's best to be a person of struggle. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it sucks. But when Jacob trouble come, it's going to be like nothing to you because you used to not having nothing. But if you a motherfucker that's used to having every fucking thing, when the shit falls apart, you're not going to be able to handle the situation. It's a lot here for the rambling, but I'm just saying, going to Jeremiah 1 and 5, the Lord already ordained us to be prophets before we even knew we were going to do it. That's how we know that the Lord is dealing with us. He knew that we were going to be teaching the word. The Lord knew what we were going to be doing in our future before we even knew. That's how powerful our power is, man. And it's a blessing, man, to have this truth. All right. It's a blessing to know this truth, man, because if you and Jake that don't know about this truth, and you just sitting around not doing nothing with your life and not taking it seriously, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to be a messed up individual, man. Is that Jacob trouble, the only way to be the elect is you got to go through Jacob trouble first before you can be saved. Daniel 12 and 1 goes into that, you know. Let me get that Daniel out. So like it for rambling, brothers. And I'm going to read off the comment board. I'm going to read off on the comment board too. The water, beloved, for the precepts. The water, YAHAWASHI, Barak. This is Daniel 12 and 12 and 3. All right. This is Daniel chapter 12. It's Daniel chapter 12 and let me see. Daniel 12. Yeah, here it is. This is Daniel chapter 12 and 3. It says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. Talking about the elect, right? And it says, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And like the elders are saying, that glow is going to shine on us. Isaiah 4 and 1. Where many, it says 7 women shall cleave to 1 man, but that 7 means completion. All right. So the elect men, the hopeful elect men that's in this thing, that brightness is going to shine on them, man. They're going to see that glow. They're going to see that power on them, man. That the elect men are going to have that. All right. And that's going to be a beautiful time, man, because we're almost out of this place, man. We're almost out of this place, Ahtham. You know? And let me read this precept. This is the beloved brother. They ain't the water. Spirit's moving on you. Call YAHAWASHI. This is 1 Corinthians 14:32. It says, and the spirit of the prophets are subjected to the prophets. Right. The spirit of the prophets is subjected to the prophets. Luke 1 and 70. Let me get that Luke 1 and 70. That's a beautiful precept. This is Luke. You get that Luke 1 and 70, man. That's a beautiful precept. This is Luke chapter 1 and verse 70. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. All right. It says, as he spake in the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So the Lord always had men set up, man. Lord has prophets set up, man. All right. The brother said, never even thought about teaching the Bible in the congregation. Right. We never knew that. We never knew that we were going to be out teaching, man. You didn't know that. I didn't know that. None of the brothers knew that, man. It was all set up and ordained by YAHAWASHI. So, hey, man, I'm in there with that. All right, Lord, one is lessons edifying. I want to give honors and glories, praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and double honors to the elders of Apostle Greatmillstone. Peace, blessings, salutations, soul from the elect, and shalawam to you, sincere brother scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Mashiach RACHAA from the servants of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Camp Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And Lord willing, this lessons edifying. I gotta get ready to go to the plantation. And to water for tuning in, brothers. I didn't put the link in the chat because this was just something that because the brothers there's gonna be another sit down tonight, and I'm not gonna be able to be in it because I gotta go to the plantation. So I'm doing my own live lesson. Me and brother Malak was supposed to do a lesson together, but there's too much stuff going on, and I only have a certain amount of time. So I wanted to get this lesson done. So there's going to be another sit down tonight with the brother YAHAWAH and the brother Gadal. So the water for tuning in, call YAHAWASHI, and the brother Malak, I'm the one who's going to be in there as well, but I won't. So I just had to do my lesson to get it in, So Lord willing, lessons edifying. The water for tuning in, call YAHAWASHI, and shalom to you, sincere brothers, scattered abroad, push forth this word, truth, and sincerity. Lord willing, lessons edifying. I'm your brother Mashiach RACHAA from the servants of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Camp Las Vegas, Nevada branch. Till next time I say, shalom. Abba, shalom. Shalom.